Yes, sir. It's your boy JT, and I'm back again with another video today. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys continue to show love. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the notifications so you can be notified when my videos do go live, because you know YouTube be on they bullshit. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get to the intro.
All right, let's go. Let's get into real deals. You saw a couple released yesterday on Twitter. From the gridiron to Hollywood, these famous players turned actors are targeted to drop at 1:30 p.m. Eastern today in game. EA Sports _Mutt on Twitter revealed Roman Reigns and Burt Reynolds, but there are more. Let's get into the rest of the athletes who graced the silver screen. First up, the early birds were calling for him. Saw it in the chat. Didn't want to spoil it. Rest in peace. The GOAT, Carl Weathers. Speed rusher, right outside linebacker. Carl Weathers is your welcome pack item. 3 upgrade tokens. He's going to max out at the 97 overall. Carl Weathers. 2 of those upgrade tokens you'll get via the field pass. 1 of them via challenges. And Carl Weathers is going to get Raiders chems. He's going to get Raiders team chems because after playing defensive end at Long Beach City College and San Diego State University, Carl Weathers played linebacker and strong safety for the Raiders from 1970 to 1971 under coach John Madden. Carl Weathers, obviously an extremely talented actor. Chubbs Peterson and Happy Gilmore. One of my favorite movies of all time. It's All in the Hips. And of course, former NFL player as well. As I mentioned, his work will continue to inspire people from the football to the entertainment worlds and both. Carl Weathers, there you go, your welcome pack item. So, abilities on Carl Weathers. X Factor. Fearmonger for 0 AP. That's going to be Showtime 1 is going to be the designation there. We'll get into the Showtimes for X Factors in a minute, but Fearmonger, Showtime 1 for 0 AP. Activate it with 3 defensive downs played, and it deactivates with 30 yards allowed. Fearmonger X Factor, 0 AP, Carl Weathers. Tier 5 for Weathers. And again, this is your welcome pack item. 3 upgrades to get it up to a 97 right there. Lurk Artist for 0 AP. Edge Threat Elite for 1 AP. And No Outsiders for 1 AP. That's going to be your tiers 5 and 6 ability buckets. Lurk Artist for 0. Edge Threat Elite for 1. And No Outsiders for 1. He's also going to get a custom bucket. That's going to be BOGO for 0. Buy 1, get 1 for 0. And Unpredictable for 1 in that custom bucket. BOGO for 0, Unpredictable for 1 in that custom bucket. All right, let's talk stats real quick. Exchange any 5 86 overall players, 86, 87s, to receive 189 overall Real Deals fantasy pack containing your choice of 189 overall Real Deals player. For the 92, exchange any 589 overall Real Deals. For the 95, exchange 592 Real Deals. And with that, let's get in to some of the player items. Burt Reynolds. Elusive halfback. Real quick, before I get into the Burt Reynolds details, there will be 2 upgrade tokens available for each champ and LTD. The first one is going to upgrade a Showtime X Factor. The second one will unlock more abilities and Showtime X Factors. 2 upgrade tokens for each champ and LTD. The upgrade tokens you can earn by completing specific objectives in the field pass. Each player is going to have 2 unique objectives to earn their upgrade tokens. And there is no limited amount of upgrade tokens. You can fully upgrade all champions and LTDs if you wish to do so. You need both upgrade tokens to unlock the custom ability bucket there. So, Burt Reynolds, elusive halfback. You know him as an actor probably, but he played halfback at Florida State where he was roommates with Lee Corso. Of course, won a Golden Globe for Best Actor in The Longest Yard. Was also made a cameo in the 05 Sandler version. Legendary actor right here. Burt Reynolds, 5'11", 181. His X Factor is going to be evasive for 0 AP. And with the Showtime 1 upgrade, it's going to activate with 50 rushing yards and deactivate with 8 offensive downs played. Showtime 2, 50 rushing yards to activate, and it does not deactivate. And this is evasive. Tier 5 for Burt Reynolds. Tier 5. Leapfrog, Tier 5 and 6, pardon. Leapfrog for 0 AP. Backfield Master for 1 AP. And Grab and Go for 1 AP. Leapfrog for 0, Backfield Master for 1, Grab and Go for 1. And his custom ability bucket is going to be Threat Detector for 1 AP and Backyard Halfback for 0 AP. Burt Reynolds getting Colts chems. All right, up next. You know him as the Steelers legend, but also on the big screen, Mr. Terry Bradshaw. Field general quarterback, 86 speed, 98 throw power. Terry Bradshaw. Cameos in Everybody Loves Raymond, Modern Family, The League, great show. Any fans of The League out there, one of my favorite shows of all time. Was in Hooper in 1978 with Burt Reynolds. And Terry Bradshaw is the first NFL player to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. First NFL star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Steelers chem 6'3", 215. That X Factor is going to be Pass Lead Elite for 0 AP. Showtime 1 is going to activate with 100 passing yards and deactivate with 8 offensive downs played. Showtime 2 is going to activate with 100 passing yards and does not deactivate. His tiers 5 and 6. Protected for 0 AP. Gunslinger and Fearless for 1 AP. Those are both tiers 5 and tier 6. His custom bucket Identified for 0 AP. Identified for 0 AP. And Master Tactician for 1 AP. Identifier, pardon me. Real deals. Keeping it moving. The champs, 98 overall. Nnamdi Asomugha. Looking red carpet right there. Nnamdi Asomugha. Man-to-man corner. Man-to-man corner. You know him as a Raiders legend, of course. Raiders, Eagles, Niners chems. But he was also in Friday Night Lights, The Game, Leverage, and he was also in Fire with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. And in 2017, he produced and starred in Crown Heights, for which he was nominated for a few awards there. Raiders, Eagles, Niners chems. Nnamdi Asomugha. And he's 6'3", by the way. 98 speed, 98 man coverage. He's 6'3". That X Factor. Universal coverage for 0 AP. Showtime 1 is going to activate with 3 defensive downs played, deactivate with 30 yards allowed. Showtime 2, 6 defensive downs played for activation, and it does not deactivate. Tiers 5 and 6 for Nnamdi Asomugha, those abilities. Pick Artist for 0 AP, Outside Shade for 1 AP, and Deep Out Zone Knockout for 1 AP. It's going to be the second Outside Shade for 1 AP there. Custom Bucket Flat Zone Knockout for 0 AP, Acrobat for 1 AP. Keeping it moving, real deals. Real deals. The stars from the gridiron to Hollywood, Rob Gronkowski. Blocking tight end here, 6'6", 268 pounds. Gronk, during and after his playing career, 80 for Brady, Family Guy, of course WWE appearances, and was also in a Katy Perry music video, and more. Rob Gronkowski. Bucks and Patriots chems. His X Factor is going to be Double Me. Showtime 1 will activate it with 2 10-plus yard catches, 8 offensive downs deactivates, and Showtime 2 will activate with 2 10-plus yard catches and does not deactivate. All right. Tiers 5 and 6 for Gronk. Matchup Nightmare for 0 AP. Deep in Elite for 1 AP. And Short in Elite for 1 AP. Matchup Nightmare for 0, Deep in and Short in for 1. And Custom for Gronk, Honorary Lineman for 0, and Tank for 1. Honorary Lineman for 0, Tank for 1. All right. Up next, middle linebacker, Brian Bosworth. Boz, run stopper middle linebacker. His football career, Seahawks chems with the Seahawks. Cut short due to injuries. Started stone cold in 1991 after his football career. Also was in The Longest Yard, the 05 version, obviously. Judge on Chopped, the cooking show. Bosworth is 6'2", 255 pounds. His X Factor is Avalanche for 0 AP. Showtime 1, that's going to activate with 3 defensive downs played and deactivate with 30 yards allowed. Showtime 2, activate with 6 defensive downs played, and it does not deactivate. Brian Bosworth. Abilities, Tier 5 and 6. Lurk Artist, 0 AP. Tackle Supreme, and Mid-Zone Knockout, 1 AP. His custom bucket, Enforcer for 0 AP, and Medium Route Knockout for 1 AP. Brian Bosworth. All right, up next, you saw him on Twitter, Roman Reigns. Got a big weekend coming up. Roman Reigns, power rusher, right end. Roman Reigns played defensive end at Georgia Tech and was first team All-ACC in 2006. Played D-end at Georgia Tech, first team All-ACC in 06. Got a training camp invite for the Vikings. Played a full season in the Canadian Football League. He's going to get Vikings chems. 6'3", 287. His X Factor, Unstoppable Force for 0 AP. Unstoppable Force for 0. And that is going to activate Showtime 1 with 3 defensive downs played and deactivate with 30 yards allowed. Showtime 2, 3 defensive downs played will activate, and it does not deactivate. Roman Reigns abilities. Tier 5 and 6, he's getting Interior Threat for 0 AP. Interior Threat for 0 AP. Edge Threat Elite and El Toro for 1 AP. And then in that custom bucket, No Outsiders for 0 AP. And Double or Nothing for 1 AP. No Outsiders for 0, Double or Nothing for 1. Here's that champion set. Exchange any 5 95-96 overall players to receive 1 98 overall Real Deals champion. Time for the limiteds. LTDs. First up, Howie Long. Howie Long. Run stopper right end. Out of Charlestown, Massachusetts, baby. Howie Long co-starred in the movie Broken Arrow with John Travolta, among other appearances. John Travolta's co-star. Howie Long. Obviously played for the Raiders. Raiders chems, 6'5", 270. 6'5", 270. His X Factor will be Run Stuffer. Activates 3 defensive downs played in Showtime 1. Deactivates with 30 yards allowed.
You are now logged in.
Showtime 2, 6 defensive downs played. Activates, and it does not deactivate. All right, Howie Long's abilities. Tiers 5 and 6 are both No Outsiders for 0 AP, Edge Threat for 1 AP, and Extra Credit for 1 AP. No Outsiders for 0, Edge Threat for 1, Extra Credit for 1. And his custom bucket, Inside Stuff for 0, and Under Pressure for 1. Inside Stuff for 0, Under Pressure for 1. Can stack No Outsiders and Inside Stuff for 0 AP there. Howie Long. Up next, Steelers, NFL legend, Steelers legend, Hines Ward. Hines Ward. I was not privy to his appearances on the big screen. He made appearances in The Dark Knight Rises as part of the Gotham Rogues football team, as well as being a walker in The Walking Dead, among other appearances. Hines Ward. 6'2", 205, slot wide receiver. Yak 'em up, X Factor, 0 AP. Showtime 1. It's going to activate with 2 10-plus yard catches. Deactivate with 8 offensive downs played. Showtime 2 will activate with 2 10-plus yard catches and does not deactivate. Hines Ward. Tiers 5 and 6. Mid in Elite for 0 AP. Short in Elite and Playmaker for 1 AP. Hines Ward. Also getting Armbar for 0 and Slot-O-Matic for 1. All right, final item here. Last limited. Mr. Fred Williamson. Man-to-man corner. 98 speed, 99 man coverage. And he is 6'3", 219. Getting Raiders, Chiefs, and Steelers chems. Fred Williamson appeared in a massive list of movies that span the 1970s to present day. He acted alongside Jim Brown in multiple films. That Jim Brown. And he's 6'3", 219. 6'3", 219. His X Factor is unstoppable force for 0 AP. Showtime 1 is going to activate it at 3 defensive downs played, deactivate it at 30 yards allowed. Showtime 2 is going to activate it at 6 defensive downs played, and doesn't deactivate. Tiers 5 and 6, Fred Williamson. Pick artist, 0 AP. Deep route knockout, short route knockout, 1 AP. Pick artist for 0, deep and short route knockouts for 1, custom flat zone knockout for 0, and bench press for 1. There you go. Your Real Deals player items. Here's that Field Pass rewards, including those Carl Weathers upgrade tokens. Again, this is that Carl Weathers welcome pack item. Upgrade him twice right there. For challenges, it's going to be 18 challenges. At Tier 1, Real Deals XP. At Tier 2, 89 plus overall account bound Real Deals player. At Tier 3, Real Deals XP. At Tier 4, Carl Weathers upgrade token. And at Tier 5, a 95 overall account bound Real Deals player fantasy pack. There you have it, Real Deals. Targeted to drop at 1:30 p.m. Eastern today.